Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another how to kill a kit with style video using up my kits I pulled this month. So I'm going to be using a few papers from the Close to My Heart Secret Garden collection, this one, and I'm also going to be using a piece from the Simple Vintage Life in Bloom collection. So, I've already cut my pieces down. I'm also combining this with May I Scrap Lift You. Today we are scrap lifting Bookish Shayla, which is Shayla Knowles. I will tag her below, and all her links will be down there. I am going to scrap lift this gorgeous layout with all the flowers, and I am also combining this with Stamp and Stencil Savvy. Yeah, Stamp and Stencil Savvy. And this month we have to emboss. So it's not going to be anything earth-shattering or anything. It's just embossing a stamp to use as a title. I'm sure y'all saw that before. But, nevertheless, I'm going to do it. And I'm also combining this with a challenge over on Bash Your Scrapbook Stash for National Scrapbook Day. And I'm doing the main challenge number 3. And it says, create a monochromatic plus black and white project using songs with color in their title. Purple Rain, Yellow Submarine, White Wedding as your inspiration, etc. Tell me which song you've chosen. Your project must include inks, paints, sprays, mist, chalks, or markers. These can be used with stamps, stencils, coloring of images, creating a mixed media background. Just add color. Your project must include at least 2 different pattern papers. So that's all of the challenges for that. Shayla has created this beautiful layout, and it has 2 different pattern papers plus the background. Minimal mixed media. I'm going to do a little more since I'm supposed to for the challenge. So, I am doing this picture of Brooke from prom this year. Isn't she gorgeous? Her dress was so pretty, and it had like little light blue leaf pattern on it that sparkled. So that's where I pulled this lighter blue from, and then of course the darker blue from her dress. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but I think it works pretty good. And this butterfly has like a light blue in it. And then I was originally going to die cut flowers because I needed all those flowers. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use my Cricut. So then I opened up Cricut and thought, okay, I'm just going to cut out a bunch of flowers and, you know, make them a little dimensional and jazz them up. And then I remembered, wait, I have flowers already made. I have tons, all colors. So I went digging through my blue and my white bin, and I pulled all these flowers out and this little sparkly butterfly. I think this is a Prima. But there's a mixture of all different kinds of flowers here, and so I am actually going to use them since I need to be using my stash. And then I'm going to use Distress Oxide Chip Sapphire. I have this stamp that I've had for a long time from Hobby Lobby. You can see I got it on clearance for $2. It says, hello, gorgeous. And I thought it was very fitting. I have my embossing powder, my Versamark, and a piece of scrap paper to stamp onto. I have my acetate for the mixed media part. So, this one's going to be really simple. Very minimal supplies. It's just going to be putting it all down. I mean, pretty much. So, I'm going to just do the little bit of smushing packaging technique, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to add some of this blue. It's really blue, but I only want a small amount. I'm going to lightly spray it with water. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. That way it can have a little bit of dry time. This is just plain old white cardstock from Walmart. It is not anything fancy at all. I'm going to pick some of this up and move it. I did make little marks of where my paper was going to fall on here because I wanted it to be super minimal on the mixed media part of it so that you're not seeing just except the edges. But it's a little bit harder than it looks to get it exactly where you want it. So like I said, I'm just gonna barely stamp, and then I'm gonna do it over here along this edge because I'm gonna follow her layout pretty close on placement of all the papers. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get my rag here and just dry up all of the super wet spots so it don't warp my paper really bad. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to give that a minute to dry while I work on embossing my stamp. So, it's simple as this. This is my dirty one. I don't use it because I rarely ever clean my stamps, but on the rare occasion when I want to use clear embossing powder, I need a clean one so that it's not transferring onto my pad and then getting my paper dirty. So I just use the dirty one whenever I'm going to be embossing in a dark color. So I have a dirty one and a clean one. If you're wondering why this looks so nasty. Alright, and then I'm just going to stamp this on. And as you can see, it's dirty. But I'm going to use black embossing powder. Honestly, I probably could have done it in this. Put the blue on it and then just went ahead and stamped it into my Versamark. The words left me. And used my clear embossing powder, and then you would have been able to see the color through it, but it would still be shiny. But that's okay. We're just going to go with this. I have a bunch of little strays, so I'm just going to rub it off. You could also take a little paintbrush and just gently go around and brush away any stray pieces. And then I have my heat gun. And voila! Look how pretty. Okay, this is pretty much dry until I bend the whole corner of it up. Alright, so let's just go ahead and add all of our papers and finish it all up. Let me lay all of this part over here to the side. I'll just get the papers. Now, like I said, that almost looks purple, but it's the chipped sapphire. Dang it. Now it don't match, but I don't think I have a darker blue because that one was really like a, I mean, it looks navy. Oh well, we just have to make do and push on. Alright, So, trying to see if I could see my marks of where my paper was supposed to land. Okay. Ooh. Okay, there's that one. That really matches really good, but it doesn't match her dress. But I didn't use this side because, number one, it didn't match her dress, but number two, it looked more purple to me also. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it was watered down. It made it more purpley. I don't know. Oh well. Okay. So then I'm going to glue this one. But I guess if you want to get technical, purple is still a shade of blue, right? It has blue mixed with it to make purple. So maybe it'll still count as the monochromatic. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this here. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to I'm going to pop up this photo with a little bit of foam. Now, Shayla took and added some frames, extra frames behind her photo. And I figured since I was doing the mixed media part, I would skip that because it's already a lot to look at. So I didn't do that. But you totally could. Alright, so then I'm just going to layer on my flowers in the little clusters like she has them. Okay, so I have everything glued down, and then I have my title that I popped up with some foam on the back. So I'm just going to glue it down. Right here. And then all I need to do is I'm going to add probably some gold sequins in the center of these flowers that's missing them. And I think that will be it. I may even do a few little gold specks. But I will post a picture at the end, of course. Definitely go and check out Shayla. Whenever I looked her up, she only has 591 subscribers, so I'm sure that she would love to have you to reach her goal. I'm sure of 1,000 now because she's hit 500. But also go and check out everyone else on the May I Scraplift You playlist, and on the How to Kill a Kit with Style, and on the Stamp and Stencil Savvy, and look and see what they did to emboss this month. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that it inspired you. And until next time, bye y'all.